A.J. Brown going on X and saying stuff after the game, basically saying just 2 receptions for 7 yards. If you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw, don't make a scene, shrug your shoulders, and be on your way. Okay, that's not great. I don't like the way it's bolded either. All of it looks bad. But let's hear from Nick Sirianni on his response to one A.J. Brown.
Obviously, A.J. is very important to this football team. You know, I know he wants to contribute. I know he wants to contribute and, you know, do the things that he's capable of doing. I question nothing about, you know, his desire to play great football, his desire of being a good teammate, his desire to be here.
Okay. What's he going to say, I suppose? That's probably the right answer from one Nick Sirianni. But you said all these great things about the Eagles, kind of turned the tide on his boring statement last week. But if you have a disgruntled wide receiver, I mean, you're former
That's what I want to know from Drew Brees.
That right could be there. A problem.
First off, I'll say this. I don't know A.J. Brown at all. Never met him. But I will say this. Every great receiver has the attitude that they are always open.
Yep.
And that they are a playmaker, they're a contributor, and they always want the ball. Like, I can point to 3 guys like Michael Thomas, better get him the ball. Jimmy Graham, better get him the ball. Jeremy Shockey, better get him the ball, or else they're not going to be happy. But I will also say this. There's a way to handle it. And social media is not the way to handle it. You go to your quarterback, or you go to your head coach, or you go to your offensive coordinator directly. All right. And you guys have your ways, your mechanisms of being able to sort that thing out. For example, Jimmy Graham, if we were in a game and I knew that he wasn't getting the ball like he wanted, he'd walk by me and he'd say TDB. That means throw me the damn ball. Right. I knew what that meant. He didn't need to broadcast it. He didn't need to make a scene, but he knew, all right, I'm going to get that fixed. Plenty of times in a game, Mike Thomas, early on in the game, they're doubling him. Mike's getting frustrated. Got to go over to Mike. Hey, Mike, don't worry, man. We're going to make these guys pay in some other areas, and you're going to start getting these singles, and then we're going to go to work, all right? Sure enough, that's what happens, okay? Jeremy Shockey, man, we got to give him the ball within the first 10 plays of the game, or else he's going to be on edge, all right? And that's what I love about those guys, because they're so dang competitive, and they know they're difference makers, and that's the attitude that you love.
Drew, I'm interjecting because here's where I'm coming in. Again, it's an assumption. We don't know for sure, in fairness to A.J. Brown and the Eagles. But what if A.J. Brown did go to the coach? What if he did go to the first-year offensive coordinator? What if he did go to Jalen Hurts? What if he did look at last year when he called you out, and then ultimately that led you to getting him the damn ball, and Jalen Hurts comes in the post-game press conference? Was that what y'all ordered into this year and played first take in the locker room, showing Drew Brees saying, yo, your offense is boring and you ain't utilizing everybody to the max, especially when the guy went out there and played like a man amongst boys in the second half against the Los Angeles Rams? What if he did all of that, Drew Brees, and still they were going out there being a bit passive, non-aggressive, not exploiting the weapons that they have available to them? What course of action would you suggest A.J. Brown takes then?
Well, this is what I'd also say is I went and I watched, I've got the database to all the NFL games, so I went and I watched the All-22. I know there's a lot of people that don't have the ability just to go watch the All-22 and literally watch every single play from that game, which I just did. They targeted A.J. Brown a lot. Wow. A lot. In that second half, they probably tried to forced the ball to him. You know why that pass play didn't work right there? Because they brought a safety pressure off the edge. The Todd Bowles always clouds behind the strong safety pressures into the boundary. And here's Jalen trying to force the ball to him into a cloud corner. It's not going to work. That happened 2 out of 3 plays on a series. They tried to force the ball to him 3 times in a row. 2 of them into a cloud corner. It's not going to work. All right, so you can't force it. They were trying to force the ball to him in that second half. If you look at the number of targets, there was about 9 targets. All right, 2 catches for 7 yards. Look, I'd be pissed too if I was the wide receiver. But you can't sit here and say they weren't trying to get him the ball. They were trying to get him the ball. They threw 3 long foul balls to him. Hey, give him a chance. Give him a chance. He's a stud receiver. Let him go up and try to make a play. Maybe he'll get a PI. But if you're really breaking it down, like I watched the All-22, I watched every stinking play. All right, they tried to get him the ball. And I'd say this, in the first half, Jalen Hurts played lights out. Lights out. Whatever he was, 14 to 15. But like so rhythmic in his drop. Todd Bowles was lighting him up with pressure. They were getting to him every time. And man, he was just boom, 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 finding the open guy, and they scored 24 points, right? So you can't complain when you're scoring points just about every time you touch the ball. But I recognize why he was frustrated, because you come out of the game, you're like, man, I didn't get a chance to touch the ball a lot. Well, they were trying to get him the ball.
They were complaining too, Drew, because Jalen was 0 for 8 for 0 yards in the second half.
But it's also
that's because he was trying to force it to A.J. Brown.
That's right.
So
it's also difficult.
He just recognized, hey, I'm trying to get my guy the ball.
Yeah. Got you.
He was trying.
It's also difficult when you're 4-0, right? This conversation would be completely different. Against some losses. Then everybody would be on TV saying, hey, they need to figure out how to get A.J. Brown the ball.
Based on what Drew said, that was, there's an onus on the shoulders of A.J. Brown to be fair as well. They were trying to get you the ball, and you didn't get it done.
See, but the prism that we look, and I'm with Drew. Me and Drew play the same era. You do what you need to do. The prism that we look through, though, is not the same one that A.J. Brown or these receivers are going to look through. Especially 2 weeks ago when you went to me and I took over the game, literally. So it's difficult because of the 4-0 record to say that about A.J. Brown. And the thing that he needs to understand is we are not going to get to where we're trying to go without you eventually ascending and being the guy we know you are. But he looking at Puka Nacua catch 13 passes. Right. He's looking at all of this stuff around the league, so that matters as well.
Drew Brees, A+ segment, big time, A+ segment, wardrobe.
Hey, man, this is my surf. This is my surf time here.
Faster on the defensive side of the football than an offensive center would be. He's making his season debut. We're going to start in the AFC. We got the Ravens, who will miss the playoffs. Dan, is that an overreaction or not an overreaction?
Still an overreaction, though I understand the question. They don't look good. They're banged up. They're down, I think, 7 starters on the defensive side of the ball, and Lamar Jackson is injured. All that sounds really bad, but it doesn't look like the Bengals are going to be a problem. It doesn't look like the Browns are going to be a problem, and the Steelers are doing this thing where they always race out to a hot start, and then, they kind of fizzle in the second half. I don't think that's off the table. Ravens, I just think, still too good to write off at this point. They have a lot of work to do, but I think when they're healthy, they're still a team that can reel off 8-9 wins in a row and get right back in this thing.
Yeah, I think their issues on defense aren't just with health, although those are the biggest issues, but the remaining question is how injured is Lamar Jackson. So if Lamar Jackson is going to be healthy enough to be some version close to his normal self right now, which seems like always MVP caliber, this team still has almost all their division games in front of them and a chance to get back and possibly win this division. So I think it is an overreaction to think that they're completely out of it, but I would be nervous if I were a Ravens fan.
Yeah. What did we just see right out of the gate?
Out of the gate.
Just reaching across the aisle. Making it happen. Agreeing.
Yeah, I like this new guy.
What about this second one here? I thought there was more to this question. There's not. The Giants are cursed. Dan, overreaction or not an overreaction?
I mean, I don't necessarily believe in curses, but so I guess I'll say overreaction. But man, what is going on there? They have all the good feelings about the new quarterback, the rookie quarterback, and it comes with a season-ending injury to your top wide receiver. If you're the Giants over the past decade, you have to feel like nothing has gone right, and they've lost as many games as any team in that stretch. Look, I just feel like it's wrong to say they're cursed. I think Malik Neighbors' injury really is a massive bummer, but I think Jackson Dart showed a lot to be encouraged about. And frankly, long term, if you're worried about shaking any kind of perceived curse, getting quarterback right is the first step.
Doesn't the curse have to start somewhere, though? I don't know what would have happened. Was it one of those 2 Super Bowls that they won in the last decade that they probably should not have won that made them curse? Yeah. I'm not sure. The curse of Tom Coughlin. I got you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think this is more than anything, they've been kind of poorly run, which I guess is a version of a curse, but they seem to have a quarterback they're excited about that can dance also, so they're not cursed.
He can dance a little bit, yep.
All right, we got those TikTok dances.
We got a friendly edition so far of overreactions today. Dan and Jeff usually disagree. Okay, we're going to see if we can get a little discord. We're going to sow some seeds of it.
Let's create a conversation.
4 weeks into the season. So, Dan, give us the storyline that we are underreacting to so far.
You guys know the Jacksonville Jaguars are 3-1?
Let's go.
Tied for first place with the Colts. That to me is something that isn't getting a lot of attention. And I don't know necessarily how they're doing it, because right now their offense seems like it is still a mess. But I guess they're playing good defense and, getting a break or two here and there. But, I mean, this is a first-year coach and Liam Cohen who's hot out of the gate. And if the offense does come together, right now I feel like it only has one direction to go. I wonder if this is a team we're going to be talking about here for the next few months.
Yeah, well, you want to know how they're doing it is with a bunch of turnovers. And if you want people to disagree, then this is the right team to talk about because you can look at Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen after the game. They were fighting. So if you want to fight, you can have them fight. But Dan and I are not going to disagree. We are demonstrating unity and love for one another and love for football. So don't hate. You guys trying to make us fight. But yeah, I mean, I'm not paying attention to the Jaguars till, I don't know, if they keep doing this week 9 and 10, then we'll have this conversation.
Do you have
Jaguars,
a team
they have
not
13
named the Jags?
takeaways already. They had 9 all of last year. So something has changed there.
Nick, do you have a team that we're underappreciating or underreacting to this early in the season?
Yeah, the team of Dan Graziano and Dominique Foxworth. I don't feel like this team is getting a ton of appreciation.
Honestly, the Dan and Dom connection.
He kind of nailed that.
Dom and Dan, yeah. The Dan and Nick Foxworth. We're gonna work on it.
Little double D.
Come on, Dan, you can do it. High five.
Oh,
you gotta know it's reversed in the
nailed
camera,
it.
Dan.
That's unity, man.
The camera, Dan. Come on, baby.
You can read Dan's entire column on ESPN.com. Dominique Foxworth, thank you as well. Thank you, guys.